Nestled in the bustling downtown streets of Mountain View, Swapan's Pick boasts eclectic Indian cuisine combined with dazzling decor. Compare it to a Bollywood backdrop. On Castro in Mountain View, it's called Sakoon.
This is a very upscale restaurant. It's for all ages. They can come and love and enjoy. My name is Balkar Tamber, and our restaurant name is Sakoon Restaurant. Sakoon means peace. These days everybody has distrust in their life. So when you come to Sakoon, you will feel a peace, We have very good selection of wines, nice cocktails, very good food. We have lunch buffet 7 days a week. The menu we have in Sakoon is from all regions of India. We create a very good team here, led by my GM, Mr. Tarun. Sakoon chef name is Xalxo. He studied in India and he is very creative.
I'm trying to bring the real true flavor of India to America. I like to cook my food with as little butter and saturated fats as I can because I want my food to be more tasty and light. And I like to use all fresh produce. We make all the sauces, curries, and all the marinations, everything over here in our restaurant.
While they're dining, I talk to my guests. When I see they're very happy, their compliment about my food is very good, the drinks are awesome, the service is good, then I feel very, very proud. I don't have words for that.
Now, upscale Indian cuisine, sometimes you think of that as an oxymoron, right? Not this place.
I mean, if you tell me to pick my favorite Indian restaurants that I frequent, I would say they're definitely hole-in-the-wall places. Yeah. But if you are looking for something a little more upscale, a little bit something more exotic than you're used to, that are inspired by local ingredients at times, then Sakoon should definitely be on your radar. For appetizers, I like the Sufia paneer. I'm generally not that big a fan of paneer. Sometimes it's overcooked, it's rubbery, and it's kind of like a cottage cheese, so to speak, is how they generally describe it. But the Sufia paneer, I think it's tandoori, which is the Indian oven, and it's just crisp on the outside. It's so delicate, and it's served with the chutney as an appetizer. It's great. The kati roll is kind of like their version of a tandoori chicken wrap. Loosely wrapped, and it's got quite a bit of kick to it, and that's another appetizer that I really enjoy too.
Okay, now Bob, you live up in Sonoma County and getting down to Mountain View.
It was definitely worth the drive. It was one of the best places I've ever been to.
In your life?
In my life, it was that good.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, that's quite all right. The thing I would say, I love spicy food, and it was just spicy enough to bring a bead of sweat to my shaved head, but not enough to make me feel like I was in Bikram yoga. It was phenomenal. I should say that, first of all, 3 of us, we ordered enough for probably 6 people. I ate enough for 4 with nothing to take home. It was that good. But we had 3 appetizers. The avocado, I want to say halmuri, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Jalmuri, thank you. That was exquisite. And to describe it is hard. It's puffed rice with avocado and the absolutely perfect blend of spices.
So usually it's just a bunch of ingredients that are kind of just mixed together. Right. It's like street food. You don't typically find that at restaurants. But this way they kind of deconstruct it in a sense, and then they pile it on top of each other. So.
We probably could have ordered 5 more of those. That was unanimous. But the other appetizers, the chicken as well, and the lamb were also fabulous.
Now, Sonia, you're an expert here at Indian cuisine.
Yes.
Are you going to weigh in over that?
I'm going to weigh in. So I typically do not eat Indian food out of the house because I cook it all the time, at home. But I was actually pleasantly surprised. I really liked it.
Hang on, let me wipe the bead of sweat.
And I as well like very hole-in-the-wall restaurants in general, especially Indian or Pakistani food. So this was definitely like a much nicer ambiance, somewhere you can take a bunch of friends or your family out for dinner. The level of heat for me was great because I can eat really spicy food, so it didn't overpower me, or it wasn't like underspiced. We had the basil seekh kebab for appetizer, and I was surprised because it was chicken. It was ground chicken, and usually it's ground beef. So I really liked that. I kind of felt it was like healthier. Their chutneys on the side, their green chutney and tamarind date chutney were really delicious. The portion was enough for like 4 people, just of that one appetizer.
Right. So while it might be a bit pricier, you're getting a lot of
You're getting a lot
value.
of food, yes.
Right.
They have this basil pesto fish that's not typically on the menu. And what they do is they take a basil pesto sauce and they just add a touch of Indian spice. And the white fish comes out perfect, presented on the plate. It's a superb appetizer. So I try to get that whenever I can.
So now everybody's going to go in and ask for that because the chefs actually come over from India, don't they? I mean, there's...
Yeah, I think they're all transplanted chefs from India at 5-star restaurants. So you're really getting authentic Indian cuisine, and it's not watered down for the Western palate.
Right.
Although it is definitely, you know, unique and contemporary in a sense as well. So.
And what entree-wise?
So there are 3 things that stood out. The tandoori chicken I loved. It was juicy, which is key with tandoori, and you know, a little heat, so that was really nice in tandoori chicken. I thought the lamb curry was excellent. You can actually taste like the cloves and the cardamom and the garam masala. Very spicy, actually. Like
Should people be aware and take down the spice a little bit if they're not?
Yeah,
yes.
I think their general,
Okay.
you know, like they didn't necessarily ask us how hot do you want it. So I think their general is probably more on the medium side rather than mild.
Tell them to lower the spice if you, you know, you tend to gravitate towards less spicy or bland foods. So.
Yeah.
Among the several things we ordered, the butter chicken was fabulous. It was rich, perfectly textured. The spice was appropriate for the chicken, but not overpowering. The sauce was wonderful and great with the coconut rice as well. We also had 2 different types of shrimp dishes, the shrimp curry and the skewered barbecued shrimp, which was larger shrimp on a skewer and cooked to perfection. The curried shrimp was actually probably the spiciest thing we had, a little bit more of a sauce to it, but equally as powerful as far as flavor.
And we loved, from the presentation to the taste, the biryani. We ordered a vegetarian biryani. It had a naan that was baked over it. And so when it was presented, you kind of like cut through the naan, and then all of like the beautiful smell comes through. And there's just vegetables with like beautiful curry spice and rice, and it was really good.
The cocktail list is interesting there. I ordered something called the Mistress of Spice. It came in a little Cosmo glass, like a, pardon the expression, a lady's drink. It was a lady with work boots because it had quite a heat at the end of it.
All right, this is your restaurant. Give us a quick summary.
Sakoon is a top-notch Indian restaurant that flies under the radar, that definitely at the very least deserves attention if you're a purveyor of Indian cuisine.
All right, and Sonia.
Spicy, authentic, and delicious. A must try.
All right, and Bob.
Vibrant, eclectic, A for atmosphere, A+ for the spices. I'd go back again and again.
All right, if you would like to try Sakoon, it's on Castro at California and Mountain View. The telephone number is 650-965-2000. It's open every day for lunch buffet and dinner every night. Reservations are recommended, and the average tab for dinner without drinks is around $40.